what's up, guys? Peace and blessings. Welcome to my live Real Talk with your girl, Lady D. Hope you guys are doing good on this blessed Saturday. Yes, indeed. As you can see right here by the topic, I've been was waiting for this, guys, because so many people have been putting out all this false information, like Melody had full custody of the kids and all this other stuff. So I was waiting for this blogger, which uh, most of the time, when she puts something out, you can go ahead and you can bank on it, even though she's one of Mel's fans. But she reminds me of the T. You know how the T they do one topic. You know how the T. I don't know if you guys know, but that blogger right there. But what she does, she does a lot of commentary on carbonation. And this blogger right here, most of all of her commentary is on love and marriage in Huntsville. So I was waiting for her to come out with information, and I'm gonna still say allegedly, but most of her stuff that she puts out, even though she favored towards Mel, but she's going to put out more accurate information, because the way that these people was putting out all this information is like it was concrete. And now that they are saying that the judge, he made his ruling when it comes to the custody of Martell and Melody Holt's kids, that now it's pretty much it's over with. So we're gonna go through the transcripts. I'm not gonna play her video, but I'm gonna go through the transcripts, and we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna comb through all this other stuff. But also, before I start with that, I want to go ahead and share something else with you guys, because this right here, I've been watching a lot of, I don't know if you guys can see this right here. Let me see. I hope I'm not freezing, because I've been watching these videos, guys, and for some reason my eyelashes be looking like it's flying all over the place. I went ahead and I contact StreamYard. They say it's no problem with on their end, so I'll call my provider to see, maybe it's my Wi-Fi. It's not, but what I think it is, it might be my green screen or the webcam. It might be that, but so far, what I see right here is looking good, because I got my little thing. So let me put this right here, and we're going to go through all this stuff. So again, guys, welcome to Real Talk with your girl, Lady D, unapologetic and unbiased. In here, we call ourselves truth seekers, okay? Because we're going to make sure that we get to the bottom of this, okay? But before I continue with my commentary on love and marriage in Huntsville, which most likely I'm going to be on here all day, I'm going to go ahead and cut this video off, and when they air tonight, I think this is going to be season 4. Yeah, season 4. I'm going to go ahead and I might do some commentary on that. Okay. But let me go ahead and talk about this right quick, because this right here has been bothering my spirit. And the reason why is because one day, not one day, one time, my friend and I, we was planning on taking a trip to Africa. Yes, we was planning on taking a trip to Africa. Let me go ahead and put my earphones on. Sorry about that, guys. But if you're coming in, welcome to my channel, Real Talk with your girl, Lady D. All right. Yeah, we was planning on going to Africa. We was gonna take a trip down there. And because I wanted to, at least get the feel of the motherland. I've been, hearing so many people, when it comes to diaspora, talking about, Africa. And I also watch this channel where, I like this guy, I don't know his name, but his channel is Go Back to Africa. And so I've just been studying, and just looking at so much stuff, because for some reason, my spirit is just, it's just directing me, to get to know, the motherland, because there's a lot of stuff, that we can learn from each other, and especially us, because we are slave descendants. But I've been watching these African videos, And this black girl right here, she goes by the, well, African, she goes by the name D Mongo, and I might be pronouncing her name wrong. And I've been watching the videos. She has a very huge follower. Guys, look, I am on call. Hold on one second. I knew this was going to happen. So in a minute, I come on live. Sorry about that. Hey guys, sorry about that. I had a feeling that my phone was going to ring soon in a minute. Trust me, I came online. But yes, let me go ahead and talk about this right quick before I get into Love and Marriage in Huntsville. I see my girl is in the house. Yes, Logical Speak saying good afternoon, Lady D. How are you doing, Logical? Yes, indeed. Thank you for coming on, always supporting me. You and Queenie always holding my back down, which I'm going to get into my commentary. But I want to go ahead and talk about this right quick. Yes, this is an African girl. She's very young. She goes by the name D Mungo, and she has a very huge follower. But the thing about it is that what really, you know, kind of, stick out to me is that I'm trying to, you know, I just want to, like I said, Dennis, I just want to, I don't know how to come out and say it, but it's like they are living like in the village. And when I say like in the village, it's like they call it the bush, where they really is not too in tune when it comes to, like people that's in the city, because they lives like, on in nature, where, they don't really come out of the village. It's just like, how people in certain towns where they don't get to travel, and they wasn't traveling because, financially, all they knew is what was around them. And now that they are able to make YouTube videos and get monetized, where now they have money, they can go out and, they can see exactly how modern people live. Now, Demongo, she, if you go and watch her videos, you're going to know exactly what I'm talking about. She was, I think she had graduated from as a school teacher, but, in a small little village where, I guess she figured that she didn't want it to be a school teacher. So she started traveling. So what she does is she travels, and she gets to go all around the world, and, see how different people live, which that was cool. I've been watching her for like maybe about a year now, and I was so fascinated, how, people just like, I don't know if you guys had watched before Carbonation with Nature Boy, how when they was out there in the jungle, in Peru, how pretty much they was living off of nature. And that's how they live. They live where they can just go outside and they can pick fruits off the tree, and, they have, you know, everything is just laid out, they vegetables, they garden, and everything is just plain laid out where it does not cost them a dime. And I was just fascinated with that type of life. And I understand, once a person get a little money, they wants to, see how the rest of the world live, which, now we know about all this stuff. We trying to get out of debt, we trying to get out of all this toxic environment, and, the way that everything, the chemicals and all this other stuff, we trying to get out of all that. Now we trying to get out, and they trying to get out with where they are, because we trying to be where they are, if you kind of get what I'm understanding. But what really, you know got to me, especially when it comes to this young lady right now, is that she she wants to date, and she's been dating, but she's been going to the wrong people. Like, she had a Filipina and she had an Indian. It's like, she like people out of her race, and her brother is one of her brothers is the same way. Now you guys know exactly what I'm talking about. And she already had an Indian guy, and this Indian guy sat there, and I'm gonna say allegedly because I didn't watch that part, but I just read a lot of comments how they went ahead and used her. And it's a Filipina where, her mom was telling her, just be careful, because it got bad people out there, which we know is true. And what happened was she met this Filipina guy, and this Filipina guy, you know, she helped him get a YouTube channel. Now, mind you, he was working somewhere in Philippines where, he was very poor, and he owed, his job some money. So she wanted the Filipino person to come and travel with her. So what she did was she paid all of his debt. She got him a camera. They had their own YouTube channel, and we saw that the chemistry was not there. But now, what everybody was telling her, she didn't really want to listen because she thought that it was real love. And what he did was he used her. He even took her YouTube channel and he changed the password so he can go ahead and lock her out. I mean, she even got his family a business. She invested in a business with his family, and really they cut her out. It was just so much stuff. And now with this white girl right here, she's Israel, like Israeli, and she was a small YouTuber as well. And she went into the village and she started filming, a lot of village stuff, a lot of village people. And I think I had made a video just on her. I didn't never made a video on D, but let me go ahead and wrap it up. But which this Israel girl really had got on my nerves. And the reason why she had got on my nerves is because she had one day she had a period. And these people, when they do their laundry, they go into the river and they wash their laundry in the river. And her period was down that time. And I mean, she don't know what she's doing, it wasn't that clean, but she took the basket with the salted clothes and she brought it back into the village. Yes, she brought it back into the village. And the kids was touching it. And she goes, and there's another guy that she said that was a boyfriend, Coco Girl and Coco Boy. They go into the village. I mean, people have to remind them of washing their hands and all this other stuff. But to me, it's like they really attract those type of people. And I'm not trying to be racist or anything. It's like they are not trying to get to know, us. And when I say us, I'm talking about African descendants. When you see how they react to the white and to African descendants, it's like you're gonna see the difference. Just like with Eat with Q. Eat with Q, she's not really coming out with really what happened, but I've been watching her when she was in certain places. And I guess she thought that they was going to give her that royal treatment, when she had got married to this African guy and she was walking in the streets like she was a queen and all this other stuff. These people were looking at her like, you know, we not interested in that. But when it's white people, oh my God, it's like they will roll the carpet for them. So guys, like I said, they say, just help me, to understand this stuff, because I really, don't understand why they gravitate, to people that we consider that was, and not all white people. I'm not going to say all white people, but they really gravitate to people that, more than their own people. And her brother, which I'm not going to go ahead and get, deep into that, he's down here right now into the USA. And one day he flew down a snow bunny, she from Russia, whatever. and he flew down to the United States to meet with her, this nobody. And I don't know, guys, it could be me. So, but that's what I was into, watching these people right here. So let me go ahead and move on because I'm still trying to go ahead and figure it out, because this right here, something like this, guys, it gets on my nerves. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and put a pin in this right here because I have wanted to start blogging about stuff like this, but y'all know how I am. Y'all, the guy, y'all, you guys that follow me, you know exactly how I am. And I just don't need this extra stress right here because I be on these people channel trying to ask them what's going on. Okay. So let's go ahead and move on, guys. I'm going to go ahead and move on back to love and marriage in Huntsville. Okay. I want to go ahead and talk about this because people was saying that Melody, she had one full custody of the kids, and found out that most of all that stuff was nothing but a lie. And I was watching on this channel right here. I'm gonna go ahead and see if I can read some of the transcripts because we already know that Martell had a list of demands of what he wanted Melody to do and to stop doing. Now, on this YouTube channel, I believe, exactly what she said, which I'm still going to say allegedly. But I believe, that the judge had granted, according to her, mainly in Martell's favor, which, I already had talked about it. I knew that this stuff was going to go ahead and happen. Logical say interest content, Lady D, it could be they do not see a lot of white people. And maybe that can be because I said I was not going to talk about it yet until, I really, find out what's going on, because their view of white people is different from what our view, because they really don't know the struggles that we've been through, because we, like I said, we've been scattered abroad, and by them, they still on their native land, they didn't experience the stuff that we have experienced. So that could be, I don't know, but I'm gonna have to educate myself more onto all that. But getting back to this custody case, a lot of them was sitting there, you didn't understand. And I'm gonna say allegedly because, like I said, this all coming from YouTube, okay? But we know that when stuff come from YouTube, Melanie, she considered it as facts, because didn't she brought information to Tisha about her husband, because she found out that Tisha's husband, Marcel, was messing with someone, and she got that information from YouTube. So we're gonna stick to this. But when I was listening to this, I'm gonna go ahead and read the transcripts where she was saying that the judge had ruled, in Martell's favor. And a lot of her followers, they was really upset because they were saying, didn't the judge see all this stuff that was going on, on this show? Like I was telling you guys, these people, they don't sit 24/7 watching TV, especially when it comes to these reality shows. And most of all this stuff that you guys are upset with Martell about, coming off of a reality show of what Melody puts out. But when it's time for, real life issues and they go into court, the judge is not going to base maybe some of it off of a reality show. They're going to go through facts. And the judge is not going to make a ruling, unless they are sure of what they are doing. Like I told you guys, you're just going to have to just wait it out, because like I said, a lot of stuff that we are running with, we run it because of this show. But they have investigators, they have people that's they got set in place when it comes to those kids therapy, their therapists, people are taking notes. and they're making sure that they report all that stuff to the judge. And one thing that I can say, and I've been saying it to you guys for a very long time, when it comes to kids, kids don't lie with stuff like this. When they are talking to adults, and I believe if they talking to people that's in authority, those kids are not going to lie. They're going to tell the truth. And I'm pretty sure that they had got these kids on the side and they questioned these kids, and these kids told them exactly what had happened, just like these kids told their dad. So, guys, like I said, we got to stop, just because of what people put out, we run with it. No, it's two sides to everything. That's how I look at it. Logical says, I think we both knew the judge would not be for all the mess Melody has going on. The judge is seeing Martell as the better co-parent and working in the best interest the kids, according to uh, M and M's, I guess the kids. And Logic is absolutely right. And I've been telling you guys wants to get upset with me, wants to unfollow me. But like I said there and say, I'm speaking truth. I'm going to speak truth. And it is what it is. These people are not biased. These people, it's not saying, oh, I'm going to go ahead and get back at this person, or the judge is going to sit there and rule just because of what the fans and what's going on with these reality shows. It does not work like that. Just like they ran with all that stuff with carbonation, which that's another story by itself. But these judges right here, they want to make sure when you bring all this stuff to the court, they want facts. And that's exactly what it is. And you guys cannot get upset, trying to say the judge, oh, she's being biased and she's not ruling fair. And the thing about it is that this is a woman judge. This is not a man judge. This is a woman judge. And you looking at, oh, Martell cheated. Martell broke up his family. Like I said there and say, guys, even though when it comes to someone's cheating, yes, like I said there and say, it plays a toll on the family. But you also have to take into consideration what is best when it comes to the kids. Move the adults out the way, because like I say, some men cheat. And if you think that your man is not cheating, just keep in that relationship. Stay in that relationship. Yeah, I promise you. But that does not mean that, you're going to have to look at this person, or keep your foot on that person's neck. It does not work like that. And when I was listening to the video, I'm going to go ahead and read some of the stuff, and I'm going to go ahead and break it down, because, she's saying that it's exclusive. She didn't say it came from her, but it came from somebody else that, related, I guess, to Mel. And like I say, all this right here, to me, I'm going to say for entertainment purpose only and allegedly, okay? But right here, let me go ahead and see if I can find some of the stuff that had really stuck out to me. Like I said, she said that it was exclusive, okay? And she said that the court documents of the children custody case, no telling how he got them, but Melanie, the cousin, demand for Melanie to, I guess when they showed up to court, and saying something about the guys are going to be angry and frustrated because it's not really looking in Melanie's favor, and said that Melanie did not win full custody, and it was determined for the state to say the same. Known it is say Melanie is slammed by the judge, saying that Melanie was slammed by the judge when it came to co-parent. And mostly, I guess, the judge was upset because Melanie, according to this transcript right here, she had blocked Martell at least 30 days from seeing the kids. So I guess the judge was upset about that, because what Melanie doing is she's making it personal. She's trying to put the kids in the middle of all this. And like I said, the kids should not even be in the middle of this, so I don't understand why, Melody fans does not see this, because just because Martell decide to do what he did, that does not make him a bad parent. And like I said, the truth, is going to come out. And as you can see, the truth is going to come out, because I don't think that the judge sat there and had the hots for not Melanie, for Martell, and say, "Oh, I'm going to go ahead and rule in his favor." But it says the court acknowledged that Martell had made positive strides and putting the children's best interests at heart. However, the court can't say the same for the mother. In the late stages of the litigations, the court find the mother unable to co-parent effectively by blocking the father from periods of time, like the 30 days. So, and I believe what this YouTuber had said, because, like I said, she more of Melanie's fan, but she's not biased. She's going to tell it like it is. And that's the reason why most likely Martell went ahead and won, because Melanie, she was trying to use these kids to go ahead and get back at her husband. Like I say, hurt people, but you cannot put these kids in the middle of all this stuff. And I'm pretty sure that the kids was talking also. Logic says cheating has nothing to do with the children's custody case. Martell cheated on Melanie, but he's a good father. The judge can see through the lies and the mess that Melanie fans cannot see. Absolutely. Absolutely. And most likely that's why it was in his favor. And I mean, people was all on YouTube. That's why I don't even watch all these bloggers. Only one blogger that I watch, and this is the one that I'm reading right now. Because if she's put it out, even though she may not like Martell, when she put it out, she's going to put facts out, okay? And you cannot do the stuff that Melanie did just because she was upset, with what Martell, and then going out on social media and trying to get these bloggers and these fans to side with her. But now people starting seeing the truth. Why do you think a lot of people are working with Martell? Why do you think that so many doors are being opened for Martell in spite of what you guys say that he did? Because like I said, you all are hearing one side. You're looking on the inside. You don't know what had happened in the inside. You don't know what had transpired. Why did this man walk out? Was this no excuse for him to go and cheat? I feel that, if you want to go out there and cheat, go ahead and you divorce your wife. But like I said, this is real life right here. We're not talking about a reality show, okay? And it also says, already know about Martell wanting first right, which means that, Martell wanted to know if Melanie, decided to go out of town or out of state, whatever, on her little gig, he wants to make sure that he have first right, when it comes to the kids, that he want to make sure that the kids is tucked in their beds, and not with these 20-something babysitters. So, like I said, why would anyone want to get mad about that? If you getting upset with this, my God, I hate to see what kind of parent you are, because no man want their children around all these type of different people. Yes, the grandmother, okay, it's good. Maybe the aunt sometimes, but not, all these different hands. Ain't nobody gonna be around my kids. So right here, they talked about the 23 babysitters. So now these are the new demands. Now you guys are going to be shocked, And they say the judge finding that the minor children shall not be able to participate in the filming of the TV show or allowed to post on social media. And I'm glad. I'm absolutely glad. And I was wondering, I say, well, what about, all these brands, how Melanie's trying to make her kids a brand, what about all this stuff right here? But I guess the court saying, I don't want the kids on social media. And now I might be going a little ahead of myself, but Melanie, she wants the records. Not Melanie, Martell wants the records of all the money. And I'm on YouTube, all the money and all the access, everything that she made. He wants the private, he wants the phone calls. He wants everything. And I don't blame him. I would ask for everything as well. I wants to know, give me the records of all the money. I wants to know, all the phone calls. If you want to play dirty, we all gonna play dirty because you got these people out here thinking that I'm the only one that stepped out on my marriage. You got these people looking at me like I'm crazy. So we want to make sure that, okay, let's go ahead and give me the phone records. I want to know exactly what was going on, what you was doing. And to me, that's fair. That is fair. That is fair because we already know that when it came to Melanie, didn't Melanie sit there when she was at a reunion when Martell called her out by having an affair with someone, and Melanie stood on that platform and said that she didn't have an affair with anyone, and that's when Carlos King went ahead and called her out. Who would sit there and have an affair with someone and don't know that they had an affair with? Because, like I said, Melanie is just a liar, just as well as Martell. And then they was talking about abusive. They was talking about being abusive. Now we already know right here. Let me see if I can go ahead and pull this up. Let me see. Hold on. Let me see if I can pull this up. Right here, we already know Melanie was already filmed being abusive. So everybody was sitting there saying, I wonder, did Martell ever went ahead and hit Melanie? Well, we don't know about Martell hitting Melanie, but we sure know about Melanie throwing a glass at Martell's face, okay? And that's real talk. I see Talk with Lana is on. She said he didn't get it. It was shut down already because that has nothing to do with this case. Well, I don't know if it have anything to do with this case. I'm just going by what this blogger had put out, and I'm pretty sure if she put it out, you know, at least it's some kind of something that I can go ahead and run with because this blogger, this is all she talk about is love and marriage in Huntsville. So when she dropped this video, I'm just only going by of what she said. Logic said, it's hard for me to believe all these bloggers are so blind to Melanie. This is why I think the lawyers are asking for all her social media sites passwords to see if the social media sites are hers. Yes, because like I said, they're insane. You putting all this information out there and these kids are getting up age and you got these fans thinking that this stuff is true. You don't know what these fans will do because we already know that some of these fans, they will slum at these people business. They will sit there pretty much start these kids or start Martell and put Martell in danger just because they're running off of these lies. So I don't blame him. I want all the records because they looking at me that I was the only one that had stepped out of my marriage. I was a good man. I go to work, come back home, got to bath the kids, got to do the laundry, wash the clothes, cook. And while she's sitting there, just sitting on a sofa dreaming that one day she was going to be a star. So I don't blame him. I would go through all this stuff myself. Talk with Shannon said, well, he didn't ask for a lot of things, but he didn't get it. Well, according to what this blogger is saying, that most of the stuff that he did get, and I'm not going to go ahead and mention her name, but, she kind of accurate of what she puts out. And right here it says, if I'm posting the kids on social media, like the mom, her family could post them, but Melanie cannot. So I don't understand that part because they said that the mom, I guess Melanie mom can go ahead and post the kids, but Melanie cannot. So here are the demands, the question that Martell has to judge answer for Martell. What are the names and addresses for the social business media, the charitable meetings, events, face-to-face contracts. So this is all the demands, the bank statements. He wants to know all this, the credit cards, the company, gas company. He wants to know all this, So I don't understand why they put the gas company, but maybe they put because they're trying to track down all the places that she had went. They wants to know the Bitcoms, the PayPal, Cash Apps, and like I said, when it comes to paper trails, honey, it's easy to be traced, okay? And I know that for a fact, okay? It says through other entities since the day that she was divorced, so they want all those records from the day that she was divorced It said the defendant with the business interests which you were involved. Have you ever struck or threatened to strike, slap, kick, or use physical force or harm? Well, we already know that Melanie even stated that Martell never went ahead and put her hands on her. And it says, or harm the defendant children. But Melanie also said something to the fact that Martell had hit the boy or something like that. And that's the reason why she had kept the children away from Martell. So I guess that's what they're talking about right here. Talk with Shanna say, laugh out loud. Wasn't he the one doing multiple lives this new year? He also asked for Sugar Mama products cut. But I guess mostly they talking about, the brands, because you know that Melanie, she got the kids uh a sugar mom, with this something with the shampoo or skincare or something like that. So I guess he wants to make sure, and I think that Martell is a fair person, where he wants to make sure that if the child has a brand, he want to make sure that that money goes to the children and not you just branding, and you going to go ahead and capitalize off it, because we know that is a lot of people do that. They will use their children, and about time the kids grow up, the kids does not have any money at all in their account because the parents went ahead and they spend it. So if Melanie has a brand for her children, he most likely, Martell probably asked the court, and that's probably why they granted to him. Make sure that all that money stays in those kids' accounts, so when they grow up, they can be able to spend their own money. Logical Speak says pictures, no filming of the kids at all. This tells me the judge believed the kids were being used absolutely for financial gain, and the negative is too much for the kids to be involved in. I absolutely believe it. Because look at these fans. All this stuff, like I said, have not happened on the reality show. Most of all this stuff happened on social media, because it's the fans and it's the bloggers are the ones that steering the narrative. So this right here, I don't blame Martell. A good father or even a good mother would stop this. They would not continue to allow this stuff going on, where every day, all day, these people are dropping videos left and right talking about Martell and his kids and the whereabouts and what they're wearing and all this other stuff. That's too much for the kids, because we know that those kids are very the host kids, they are very articulate. These kids turn on the internet and they are reading the same thing and seeing the same things that you guys are seeing. So I'm so glad that Martell went ahead and put a stop to this. And the thing about it is that everybody else see it. Everybody else see it. And that's why doors are being opened for Martell on other different platforms. That's why you think Call is King decided to go ahead and step back and sit there and say, oh, it got to be two sides to all this stuff right here. Because no way in the world, and I've been telling you guys on several of my videos, and like I said, they say not everybody likes the truth. But in here, I'm going to speak truth. You're going to eat the fish and you're going to spit out the bones. In here, like I say, not everybody can come in the kitchen. But I'm going to stand on my truth, even if I'm going to stand on by myself. And you got to be able to see both sides. You cannot just see one side. I don't give a care what had happened between two adults, but no woman that I know, maybe you, no woman that I know is going to sit there and change their phone numbers when you know that your kids are in their care. Make it make sense, guys. Make it make sense. Would you allow someone who you said was toxic to you, would you not give that person the phone number knowing that your kids are in that home? Martell has said that Melanie refused to give him the phone number. And what she was doing is not calling the kids because she didn't want to give Martell the phone. Make it make sense. Make it make sense. You don't know what could have happened. The kids could have hurt themselves, or something was very important that she needed to know. But she wanted to sit there and she still wants to be bitter Betty. Bitter Betty. What mother that you know will go 7 days without hearing from their kids? Besides, what mother that you know that's going to leave out of, as you say, a toxic relationship, grab your clothes and leave your kids? If it don't fit, you must quit. This does not make sense at all. And most of the people that's talking, they don't have no children. They've never been in a relationship, never been married. So it's easy for people that's looking from the outside in to sit there and give their opinion. But if you never walked in those type of shoes, then pretty much you cannot say nothing. You cannot say nothing because a bark dog gonna continue being hollered. But you can't say nothing. Shannon say, do you know how this is also clipping the kids' opportunity in the future? Well, it's too much confusion. It's too much mess. It's too many people is involved in it. And a good parent would say, I want my kids out of this. I want my kids to be kids. And you could tell by the way that Martell raising his kids, you could tell that, he have more of an old-fashioned tradition where he wants his kids to be kids. He wants his children in school. He don't want his kids on social media. He don't want grown people sitting there picking his family apart, his girls. And if guys, you don't see that, then something is wrong with you, because it got a lot of pedophiles. It got a lot of crazy people that's out there. You posting these kids on Facebook and all social media outlets, showing these people's kids at their school and they dance recital. I saw a video of a YouTuber where one of the Martell girls, she had a dance recital. And don't you know, they post that on their video. They post that on their channel. Like I said, they say, you don't know where these people minds at. I wouldn't want that on my channel either. Shannon said right now, the communication uses emails. That's enough. You can call using emails, though. I'm lost. Why do you think a woman should give her toxic ex her number? Because the kids are there. This is what Shanna said. Why would you give a toxic man the phone number? The reason why is because your kids are there. That's their father, whether you like him or not. Because you cannot hold, just like Logical said, you cannot sit there and hold the kids, what grown-ups doing. You can't put the kids in the middle of that. So if your kids is there, I want my kids to I want somebody to have the number that is an adult. So if something happens, I will be informed. But I could not go without weeks just because he has custody. I couldn't go out with weeks. My son is 23 years old. And I could show you the text right now. When I don't hear from my child in one day, if I don't hear from my child and he's 23 years old, I'm calling him. I'm not calling him, I'm texting him. And if I don't hear his text, then I'm calling him. Because that's what a concerned mother do, especially when, your child, still trying to sit there and find his way. Now, my other two kids, I don't have to call them each and every day because they are most stable. They're more responsible, when it comes to their life. But my other son, like I say, he's 23 years old. He's a baby. He's still, as they say, sowing his oats. Okay. And Logical says, Right now, Shanna, Melanie, and Martell have to make money for their children's future. The kids will make money when they are old enough to do so, according to the judge. Absolutely. Absolutely. So, what's the rush? What's the rush? That's the life that they chose. Grown ups chose. Those kids didn't choose that life. So, let these kids make decisions when they are up in age. Logical, not logical. Shannon says, will Martell show focus on doing that, not trying to collect money for sugar mama pockets? And see, that's a lot of things that people are talking about, that Martell was doing all that because, he was trying to go ahead and get out of child support. See, everything got to be about money and not the welfare of the kids. I don't believe that, Martell was doing this because, as I was reading a lot of stuff out there, that they were saying that he was trying to avoid child support, and also, he want hands in these kids' money. I don't think that Martell would do something like that. And the reason why I don't think that Martell would do something about like that is because Melanie even said that Martell was a good provider. So I don't think that, he's not the type of person, especially the way that, he have these old traditional values where, he wants to live off the woman. He's sort of like what Marcel wants to be the one to lead. He wants to be the one that, bringing in the income, taking care of his household. That's what a good man do. That's what a father do. A father is going to take care of his home. Now, once those kids get up in age, yes, let these kids do whatever they want to do. But for now, just like the Bible say, train up a child in the way that they should go. It's the parents' job. It's their duty. What's best for the kids. So nobody cannot tell these people how to parent their kids. And if you see someone is not doing right by their kids, then yes, I wouldn't sit there and fight this person. I would take him to court, just like Martell did. Now, Martell would have sat there and he would have handled himself. Most likely, it would have spiraled out of control. But what he did what a normal person would do: take it to the court and let the judge decide what is best for the kids. And that's what the judge did. The judge, according to these transcripts that I am reading right now, the court decided what was best for the kids. And to me, I think it's fair. Keep your kids off of social media. If you're going to put out all this stuff that's damaging my reputation, then I have the right to find out what you've done. Come on, guys. Come on, guys. Like I say, you air it out, you free game. Elijah says Martell brought phones. Martell brought phones to talk to his kids. Martell and Melanie can email back and forth. Martell do not want to make money off of sugar mama. That's you, girls. Absolutely. Shannon said if he didn't want these kids on social media, why it's not he's doing the same for Knox, or it's not he's important. Please let's stop pretending. And when it came to Knox, what I believe that what Martell is saying is that, he don't mind, like when they have like some type of event, just like his birthday, how the kids got together and they gave his dad a birthday party where all the kids got together and they had a good time. That's good. That's good. Even on Real Housewives of Atlanta, Phaedra used to have her kids on on those reality shows, but it's when they have some type of event. But just to have your kids, trying to make a brand of your kids, marking your kids, having people sitting there, just picking your kids apart. No, I wouldn't have my kids on social media. Now, if it's some special event, a birthday party, yes, I would, I would do it. I would definitely do it. So if he wants to have all of his kids and Melanie wants to have all of the kids together when it's some special event, I don't think that, the judge would see any wrongdoings of that. But when you trying to brand your kids and you trying to keep one half out, no, it's not going to work. If you're going to brand your kids, then believe it or not, you're going to make sure that all the kids going to be benefiting off of it. That's just like with the Kardashians. You think that with the Kardashians that when one person was branding that was it? No. If you're going to use the Kardashians name, then that means that everybody that's connected to that name, they're going to benefit off it. So what makes it different when it comes to the host? So if you're going to give Sugar Mama, you're going to brand her name, then everybody that connected to that name should be able to benefit off it as well. That's exactly how the court of law that will work for the court of law. Okay. Logical says, not logical. Let me see where I'm at. Knox has nothing to do with his children by Melody. He can film with Knox if his mother says it's okay. Absolutely. Absolutely. Shanna says, well, she doesn't feel safe with him having it. That says a lot. She doesn't feel safe with him. Melanie does not feel safe with a child. I don't know if that's what Shanna is talking about, or maybe she's saying that Melanie does not feel safe with Martell. Well, Melanie, if she does not feel safe with Martell, then Melanie, like I said, they say that's something that she got to deal with. She doesn't, according to how she went ahead and changed her numbers with all her castmates, she don't feel safe with none of them, which she the one that always throw the rock and hide her hands. She changed her numbers and say she's in a peaceful moment. She was at a massage when Tisha had invited them all to that day spa. She was saying that she was in her peaceful moment, whatever. But the minute when she heard them talking about mess behind the walls, Melanie was the first one saying, let's go and see. You know? Like I said, they say this is not a hate Melanie train, but it's just the thing about it is that you guys are one-sided. You guys not balancing it out. I see like if you guys balancing it out, but if you constantly uplifting one person and tearing down the other person, then it gonna make somebody want to find out what's going on, what's the real story behind this. And I'm gonna favor the law. So if the law is favoring this side, then quite obvious that's the side that I'm gonna go to. I'm not gonna run with these insane fans that's sitting there just because they is over zealous because they looking at Mel and all the stuff that Mel is putting out. Notice when Mel put all this stuff out on social media, it's like she can't even keep a straight face. And nobody is going to tell their personal business anyway, unless they're trying to sit there and try to make somebody hurt another person. But when you tell a lie and you dig a ditch for somebody else, you better make sure that you dig a ditch for yourself as well, because you might fall in it. Lana said, well, she doesn't feel safe with him. I read that one. Not her phone, the phones he brought for the kids. So I guess they're speaking back and forth to each other, but let me go ahead and read a little more. Speaks your bias. Lana say, speaks your bias is non-exposed. Laugh out, please. You're picking one from the other. Very funny. Well, like I said, they all biased, tell you the truth. And you go on YouTube right now or social media outlets, you very seldomly will hear anybody making commentary about all the other cast. Everybody wants to talk about Mel. Everybody wants to give Mel press, just like they were saying when it was filming. They was filming more of the hosts. They never gave the other ones a chance to shine. And that's how social media is. Social media, when they like one person, when they feel that that person could be good for their brand, that's who they're going to continue lifting up. But when it comes to stuff like this is real life issues. When it comes to this man's kids, this is no show. So he and the court is going to do what's best for the kids, and that's real talk. Whew, this is a lot. Guys, I got about 8 more minutes and I'm done. It says right here, I do not go back and forth with stupidity. I am about right. That's what it is. And see, that's what my channel is built off. My channel is built off of speaking truth. It's not going to be, like I said, everybody is not going to like it. But, I call myself truth seekers. We in here, we not worrying about, being a fan to none of these people, because we looking at this like a reality show. We looking at this stuff as a show. But we got to be able to separate reality from real life. This reality show is what it says, show. We got to figure out how to separate the real life issues. Like they were saying, the judge don't see what's going on these reality shows. That's a show, guys. These people only showing you just a snippet of their life. These people are getting paid to entertain you. But what this part right here, when it comes to the welfare of their kids, what's best for the kids, this is real life issues. So quite obvious, a person that's in their right mind, that's adult, they're going to do what's best for the kid. Now, do you think that the family judge, going to sit there and make a decision off of a reality show? Come on, guys. I know you guys didn't born. You might have born one day, but not yesterday. Okay. Convenience. Lana said, convenience, because what you're saying makes zero sense. She she's going back and forth with logical. It says, in your opinion, your viewpoint is not a point with me either, but you have the right to your opinion. Back off, you will hurt yourself trying to understand logical. And like I said, guys, this right here, this is real talk, real talk. We can't sugarcoat. We got to call it like it is. And everybody is wondering, why people, not seeing it the way that they see it on television. But like I say, it's on the show. So, you cannot get mad because this man decides to sit there and not let his kids be exploited, because it's a lot of perverts out there. There's a lot of crazy people out there, as you can see. These people are invest in these people's lives like they know these people. But these people are getting paid. And then you never know. The judge may be looking at it like this. Who put this on a reality show? Why did you guys wanted to put your life on display? Melanie, she wanted to put her life on display. I don't think that it was Martell. So if Melanie wanted to put her life on display, then why should the kids be dragged into all this mess? Don't you know when you put your life on display for everybody to go ahead and pick it out, 9 out of 10, you might not like what you see, that you, even though you made this monster, but when they start peeling through all the layers, they start seeing the truth. And most likely that's what it is. Because you could not sit there and come on a major platform and thinking that you can point the finger at one person, knowing that 4 or 3 is pointing back at you. Because sooner or later, the truth, like I said, the truth gonna slowly but surely find its way back home. And it may not be the way that you went ahead and you spent this narrative. Because a lie, like we talked about all the time, the lies take wings. The lie is going to fly faster than the truth. But sooner or later, the truth is going to find its way back home. And now we've seen that the layers are being peeled. Well, we've seen the truth now. So you cannot get upset or you can't get mad, because of what now has been discovered. I do not think that the court is going to make a bad decision. The court is going to make what's best for the kids. And I don't think that the judge is being biased or the judge is sitting there favoring one-sided person, because the first thing they would say, oh, is a man judge. Of course he's going to say that. But this is a woman judge. And I believe that the woman judge, most likely she was a mother herself, where she wants to make sure she gets the facts, not just from one side, but both sides. So she see that one is trying to protect the kids. The other one is trying to exploit the kids. Ms. Ann says that, as you said earlier, we need to wait to see how it play out. Absolutely. And you guys know that I had said this, and I don't know if Ms. Ann is talking about me or whatever, but I said it on several of my videos. Why do you think I didn't make no videos about all this? I said I wanted to see how it's going to play out, because the truth is going to slowly but surely find its way back home. But I believe when this blogger had reported all this, put this out, I believe that this right here, is more accurate than what was already out there. Logical says, correct. The judge is working in the best interest of the children, not Melanie and not Martell. Judges do not care what Melanie fans says or think. Absolutely. And I don't understand why people is even arguing about that. Why? I don't see why people are arguing about this. Do you think that the judge is going to favor someone that these kids had reported that they've been in the home with 23 different people, was babysitting them? Do you really think that the judge was going to favor someone that haven't talked to their kids in 7 days? Do you really think that the judge is going to favor someone that keep their kids for 30 days without contacting both parents? But yet you guys always argue about the dad is never in these kids' life. Now you got a father that really wants to be in the children's life, and you're still sitting there trying to put your foot on the man. Guys, what's going on? You damn if you do and you damn if you don't. You got a man that's willing to be in his children's life, and you guys still sitting there putting your foot in this man's neck. Make it make sense. And on that note, I'm done with this. Until next time, I might come on around about 6 o'clock, 6 or 7 o'clock, and do a review of what I see, because tonight is Love and Marriage in Huntsville. Come on my time central at 7 o'clock. So I might go ahead and do a review to see what's going on. But like I said, guys, this right here, no one can get mad, because it's not about two grown folks, that cannot get their life together, but it's about the kids. You cannot bring the kids down the rabbit hole with you, just because, you wants to, not get along, but it doesn't work like that. Ms. Ann says, unfortunately, that this document was leaked. Oh, she said, I guess the document that I'm talking about. The results will not be with Melanie fans. What it will be the best interest, the children, and the truth, and that's facts. Absolutely, not fantasy. Yeah, she's right, not fantasy. Why it's not exposed? Why not expose the documents? Everything else is being exposed. This just happened to be not in Melanie's favor. Oh my God. Absolutely. Guys, look, I hate to laugh, but like I said, this is true. This is true. I promise you guys, if it was in Melanie's favor, you guys would be making Videos on top of videos on top of videos. Now all I hear is crickets, 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 crickets. My God. Logical says, why not expose the documents? Everything else is being exposed. It's just happened to be not in Melvin's favor. And there are children involved. Absolutely, Miss Ann. Basically, the judge is saying Martell is a better parent, like it or not. And that's it. That's it. Drop the mic. Drop the mic. That's it. That's it. And guys, like I said, I know in here people don't like hearing the truth. But like I said, this right here, this is my ministry. I can take the foolish things to conform the wise. And this right here, this is real talk. It's just so happened to be, we talking about all this stuff that's dealing with these reality shows. But this right here is real. This is real. So, guys, like I said, thank you for joining my live Real Talk with your girl, Lady D. I'm not even going to tell you guys to subscribe or not because, like I say, this is my ministry. I'm going to do it with or without. So, it is what it is. Thank you, Miss Ann. Thank you, Illogical Speak, for always, holding me down, speaking the truth. It's not about holding down. It's about speaking truth. Right is right. Wrong is wrong. If it's an apple, you're going to call it an apple. If it's an orange, you're gonna call it an orange. We cannot sit there and call something that we don't see. But this is facts. Yes, the truth always hurt. And it got a lot of ears that's bleeding. It's only set off drama and anxiety, Ms. Ann says. But like Logical says, I'm done, guys, because I ain't gonna go over no hour. Not with this. I'll be back later. Logical said, basically, the judge is saying Martell is a better parent, like it or not. Thank you, hon. Thank you. Because, like I said, it's not about size, it's about the truth. So, guys, on that note, thank you for joining my live Real Talk with your girl, Lady D. I know, a lot of people don't like it. They hate this channel, but like I say, it is what it is. If I'm going to go down, so if you want to bring the numbers down, I'm going to go down with the truth, and that's Real Talk. So, guys, thank you. Thank you. Let me see. About to go ahead and get off. Thank you very much. Yes. All right. I might come back on at 6:30 or something like that. See you guys. Enjoy the rest of your day. Happy Saturday.